Hey, you're still here. Look at that. You're probably wondering, see my setup behind me. Let me squat down. You're probably wondering why I'm so dressed up like this, and it is because I just came from doing 2 different self-tapes, and as I was doing the self-tapes, I got 2 more self-tapes sent to me. I'm beyond blessed. I'm so happy that I have all these tapes, but also it's been a week and I'm tired. Anyways, I'm so glad that you're still here. Can you say too many auditions? You can. It's not that hard. Woo! All over the place today. Let's see if I can do this video for you guys because there's a lot of information that I want to share with you. But let's see if I can actually do it. Anyways. To be an actress. Welcome back to my channel. I need a nap. If you're new here, my name is Yvonne Smith. I am an actress here in LA. All season 2 of Facebook Watches the Birds is available to stream now. This is my first series regular role and I had so much fun with it. And I really hope that we come back for season 3. I now have 3 commercials circulating, which is really awesome because 2 of them are national commercials. One is a trailer. Those of you who have been following me know about my McDonald's commercial. That's been out in circulation since February. Recently, I was in a Ford national commercial for their new electric truck. It's really awesome, and I actually got to drive it. I got to drive the truck. It's huge. I'm a tiny person, and that thing is huge. But yeah, if you look for the commercial, you could see, if you squint your eyes, like just like a little bit, you squint your eyes, you could see me actually driving the truck. Other commercial that's out right now is a trailer for World of Warcraft's Burning Crusade video game where I got to work with Jordan Fisher and Ron Perlman. I worked with Ron Perlman before during this Games Called Murder film that we filmed, God, 2 years ago. I got to be a badass warrior. It is like so on brand for me. It was so incredible to like finally do a fantastical project, and I had so much fun even though it was literally 32 degrees outside. And yes, you definitely need to have one, even if you have no credits, and I'll explain why later. And if you already do have a resume, when was the last time you updated it? When was the last time you took a new class? But before we get into all of that goodness, it is time for my Giving Tuesday. I do a Giving Tuesday shout out before every single video, and I also do a Giving Tuesday every Tuesday on my Instagram account. Every week, I donate to a BIPOC charity or organization. It's usually based in Los Angeles. And this week's went out to California Black Women's Health Project. They're a nonprofit based in, you guessed it, LA for almost 30 years. They aim to empower the 1.2 million Black women and girls here by advocating for policies and practices that promote and improve physical, spiritual, and emotional well-being. Black women in this country go through a lot, and oftentimes our health goes unchecked. So if you're picking up what they're putting down, please donate, and I will put the link to their website in the description box below. Resume is yet another marketing tool. It's not a list of everything that you've ever done, but rather a blueprint for how to cast you next. Use your credits to your advantage to get to your next opportunity. If you have too many credits listed, it makes you look desperate and unprofessional. However, if you have absolutely no credits, you can still look professional. You want to show the casting director, the agent, or manager, whoever you're submitting to, where you're headed next, not all of the places that you've ever been. A simple resume is a powerful resume. Don't be afraid of that white space. Generally speaking, what goes on your resume is your name, your contact info, your union status, and your credits. Resume generally has these 7 main sections, but you might not have all of these sections. Like I don't even have all these sections, and it's fine. The 7 main sections are television, film, commercial, web series, theater, training, and special skills. And generally, you'll want to use the 3-column rule when you're formatting your resume. You'll want to use a 3-column rule and format it. Name of the show in the first column, billing in the second column, which is whether you were a co-star, guest star, recurring, or series regular. And then in the third column, you want to put the network or the streaming service where your show aired on. Film, you'll also want to use that 3-column rule, but this time you want to put the name of the film in the first column, your billing in the second column, which is either supporting or principal. Principal spelled with A-L, not L-E. In the third column, you'll want to put the director, production company, or studio of the film. I cannot stress the importance of proper billing enough. If you use words like principal, L-E, or if you say that you were like the lead in a show, it makes you look like an amateur. Even if you don't have any commercial credits, put commercial conflicts available upon request. You don't ever generally put the actual commercial that you shot. Even if you have no commercial experience, you've never booked a commercial, just put commercial conflicts available upon request. Boom, there you go. The reason we don't list our actual commercial credits on our resume is because it could cost us an opportunity down the road. For example, my Ford commercial is a 2-year run and I'm under contract for those 2 years. So I can't do another automobile commercial until those 2 years are up, because that's how long, hopefully, they plan to use the commercial. Let's say my contract year comes, I'm done, they don't want to use the commercial anymore, and I'm trying to get another commercial, but I have Ford national commercial listed on my resume. Casting directors that are trying to cast a Toyota commercial may not want to bring me in because I have Ford listed on my resume and it's a competing product, even though I'm not under contract with Ford anymore. And it's just easier to put commercial conflicts available upon request, and if they want to know, then I'll send that information their way. And if you don't have any conflicts for that specific project, just say, oh, I don't have any conflicts for this. You don't have to say, oh, I've never done a commercial. Don't say that. This is where you can make your own. If you have 0 credits, you have no excuse anymore. Write, shoot, direct, produce your own content that is on brand for you and put that up on YouTube. You can shoot a few episodes, 5-10-minute episodes. Boom, there you go. Your own series regular role built specifically for you. You can also use a series as footage on your demo reel. You're gonna see how all this can work to your advantage. The same format applies to web series as it does for television series. Theater is amazing, and it's where most actors tend to get their start. If you're in high school, get involved with your high school plays or your community theater. All of that experience can go on your resume and can help you get into college to pursue a BA or a BFA in acting. But more on that later. That's like a totally another video. If you're not in high school, you can still get involved in your community theater. Theater experience is always awesome to have on your resume, as long as you don't overdo it with your credits like how I was talking about before. Remember, you want these credits on your resume to help you get your next job. To format a theater credit, you'll want to put the name of the show in the first column and the actual character that you played in the second column. So you're not gonna do co-star, lead, whatever. You're gonna put the actual character name. In the third column, you're gonna put where the show was, what venue, what theater. If it was at your high school, put that. If it was at your college, put that. Exactly, you get it. Theater is the only section where you put the actual character name that you played as your billing. Probably the most important section on your resume is training. This is a section you want to focus on when you're first starting out. Get into an acting class. You can do scene study, cold reading, audition technique, on-camera technique, improv. What's also amazing is that because of COVID, a good amount of studios still have classes that you can take on Zoom. So if you find a dope class that you like in LA, but you're not in LA, you could still probably take it via Zoom, which I would highly recommend. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'm in LA, but oh my God, it's blown my mind. Casting directors, agents, managers, they mainly look at training when you're first starting out. Makes you look credible and professional to have training on your resume. You can even take vocal lessons, dance lessons, voiceover classes, commercial classes. All of those can also go under training. Start building on this first, and then branch out and make your own content, make your web series, because you'll be trained on how to actually do it. And if you are a great actor, naturally, you still need to be in a damn class, mastering your craft. I mean, I literally used to think, oh, I'm so good, I don't need a class, I'm great. That was my thought process, literally. All of my feedback was, do you take an acting class? She's a little, you need it. I mean, think about it. Professional dancers dance every day. Athletes athlete every day. Actors, our bodies are instrument. Our voices are instrument. We need to be practicing every single day. And getting into a class is where you can start. Once you do take a class, you format it with the name of the class, the teacher you took it with, and the studio. If you have a degree like a BFA in acting or something like that, you put your degree, the year you graduated, and the school that you went to. Here's where you could put that you have a driver's license. You can put your certifications, if you're certified in CPR, first aid, whether or not you can swim. You can put your vocal range here, you're playing instruments, if you're comfortable around animals, kids, hula hoop, can you jump rope, do you skateboard, longboard, do you do track, yoga, do you have any certain dialects or accents that you can do you speak another language? Really, any skill or activity that you can do pretty well, I would put under special skills. I'd probably cap it at 10. There's 10 that are really on brand for you. And if you want to fill out your skill sets, you can always go out and learn something new that's on brand for you. Right now, on Fridays, I've started taking archery classes, and it's definitely on brand for me, and it's so much fun. I can't wait to add that to my resume. We now know what goes in each section of our resume. Now it's time to fully format it. And in order to do this, let's take a look at mine. So for mine, I'm using Pages on my Mac, but I believe that this can work for like any software that you want to use. So because I have an agent and manager, I put their contact information there on the top left. But if you don't have representation, I would put your own contact information there, your name, your email address, and your phone number. Some people also put like their physical attributes, like their hair color, eye color, weight. I don't really think that's necessary anymore because people did that when headshots were black and white. Now people can tell your hair color, your eye color from your headshot. And generally speaking, people will ask you for your height during a slate for an audition. So yeah, to me, it's a bit redundant. If you really want to put one attribute, I'd say putting your height. Next, you can choose to also put your headshot like in a tiny box in the top right corner. People tend to do this just in case their headshot gets separated from their resume and people can find it easily and put them back together when they like submitting hard copies. It would also help get rid of some of the white space. So below that, we're gonna put our name in a bigger font, probably like 30 PT is the smallest I would go. I decided to also use an on-brand color that isn't too distracting. If you do use color, I'd say like dark browns, dark golds, gray or blacks, dark blues are the best ways to go. I'd stay away from anything that is too loud or any font that is like crazy or like hard to read because it'll make you stand out in like a terrible way. And below our name, we put our union status. So if you're just starting out, I'm assuming you'll probably be non-union. What that means is that you haven't joined the union, which is the Screen Actors Guild. And don't fret, being non-union is great, especially for commercials. There's tons of non-union work out there. After that's done, we have our 7 sections to put in. Now, you may not have all of these sections. I certainly don't. It takes years to build a resume. Every actor who has ever become a famous actor has started with nothing on their resume. Everybody starts with a blank slate. You'll notice on my resume that I put little asterisks next to some of my credits, and that's just an indication of some of the projects that have won awards. I've also put my actor website on the bottom and a statement that reads demo reel and additional photos available at goslingsmith.com. You can put that at the bottom or you can put it at the top with your contact information. It's time to look through your credits and organize them in a way that's going to help you. You'll want to put your biggest credits first. You don't have to go in chronological order. What I mean by biggest credits first is, let's say you were a series regular on the show, series regular on your web series, you worked with a big director, starring in a musical or play. Format it this way because naturally people read top to bottom. So you want to grab whoever's reading your resume right off the bat. If you grab them with your biggest credits first, then you can list credits under that could be deemed as less important. And if you have tons of credits, here's where I go through and start deleting some that don't serve you anymore. What are the credits that don't show the casting director where you're headed? Maybe you have a ton of guest star work. So I'd start taking off some of those older co-stars. Maybe you've done a ton of theater in high school and college. Then I'd start taking off some of those high school roles. Maybe you only have training on your resume. I'd lead with best class first. And what I mean by that is like maybe I list the more popular studio first or the most popular teacher first. Or put your college degree first. That's a good one if it's in acting. You know, you get it. Make sure, again, your resume is a blueprint for where you're headed, not where you've been. Proofread it yourself and then have someone else give it a once-over. Improper spelling makes you look like an amateur and no one wants that. All right, resume is formatted beautifully. You have your contact information there, your sections with your proper billing, your training. Your resume is not overwhelming, but rather it's simple, and you have your best credits first. You want to print some resumes out in an 8x10 format and staple the 4 corners in your beautifully on-brand headshots that you already have. Do not glue them. Say this because your resume is constantly changing. Every time you take a class, you add it to your resume. Every time you learn a new skill, a new dialect, you add it to your resume. Every time you book something, you add it to your resume. So if you glue it, it's just a big mess later on. You end up ruining some of your headshots that you just paid money for. Some people get their headshots ordered with their resume printer on the back. That's never made sense to me. Because again, your resume is always constantly changing. Just slap some staples on it and call it a day. Don't forget to label your resume with your first and last name _ resume. Same should be true for your headshot. Now, you're ready to put your resume up on casting sites. Wow, so much information thrown at you yet again. What can I say? I'm a helpful human. I hope that this video left you feeling inspired. And if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below with any questions you have because I do respond to all questions within the first 30 minutes of uploading. And the link to my Giving Tuesday is in the description box down below. Other than that, see y'all Thursday after next. Okay, bye.